Hi, I'm Salvation, and in this video I want to show you my Henselt Pavetta control deck, explain the choice of cards and show 2 games with the deck so you can see how it is played. I know that the patch is pretty close, but as far as I understood we will have at least 1 week with the current state of the game. I choose this deck because I really like how consistent it is. I went from rank 13 to 15 and then into the top 1000 with this deck, and then experimented and tested with lots of different decks, which dropped me down to rank 14 rating again. With this deck it wasn't much of a problem to get back to 4K plus matchmaking rating after that experimentation. So let's start with the gold core of the deck. As every good Northern Realm deck, we use Borg or Villain Trappenmers. Northern Realms tend to have pretty low strength per unit, so we will almost always kill only targets on the opponent's side of the board. We can also have a very high number of gold cards, so even if the opponent can play around Borg with low strength units until he goes off, most of our cards won't be affected as they are gold. Shani is the next one and is also very important for the deck. She can revive a silver or bronze card and makes it gold. She is mostly used to resurrect Pavetta in round 3. I'll explain more about that when we talk about the silvers. Siri is there to gain card advantage in round 2, and replaying her is also nice because it's a gold on the board in round 3 and we want to have mostly a golden board during that round. Jennifer the Conjurer is a very strong card in general, and in this deck she also sets up equal strengths on the board to hit more units with Borg, Pavetta and Epidemics. In the silver slots we have Pavetta, the core card of the deck. She kills the weakest unit on the board 2 times in a row. If she is the weakest unit she will also kill herself. The catch is that she does not kill gold units, and with Henselt and Promote we can turn our low strength units into golds. If we resurrect Pavetta with Shani, she will also turn gold herself, so she can't kill herself anymore, and can kill very high strength units if there are no lower strength units on the board. Nenneke can also resurrect a silver or bronze card. She is pretty flexible to use in this deck. She can be used to get Pavetta back, but as she is only 4 strengths herself, she will mostly be killed by that. It can still be a good play if the opponent loses more strengths with that action. She can also be used to get Reaver Hunters back if they get sundered right away. Another good use can be to bring back Priscilla to thin the deck some more and search for specific cards you need. Priscilla herself can sometimes be problematic in this deck, as she can block your Epidemics or Pavetta, but in general she helps a lot with thinning the deck and finding the cards you need. Aldo's double cross is just there to find Pavetta. As she is the highest strength in the deck, Aldo's will always play Pavetta and also gives her +3 strength, which enables her to kill higher strength units than normal. Aromancy is a strong and flexible card in almost any deck. It's only dead in the Weather Monster matchup. Versus all other decks it can bring great value to the table by putting a whole row to run strengths, setting it up for Epidemics or Pavetta if you even need that. Mirk de Brack is also very flexible, can be used to set up Borg, Pavetta or Epidemics by manipulating their opponent's strengths or killing small units like Hawker Healers or Priestess or Freya to hit better targets with the Epidemic. I also use her pretty often to kill key units like Skelliger's Warlong ships or Resilient Dwarves before they can be buffed or used. As a bronze unit we run a full set of Temerian Foot Soldiers and Reaver Hunters. They provide strength on the board and thin out our deck for more reliable draws in round 2 and 3. We also run a single Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry. It fits well because it turns into a gold unit. I was running 2 of them, but changed that to run 1 First Light. It thins the deck better and can also find a second Reaver Hunter if the first one gets killed. The last bronze unit is a Kedveni Sergeant to prevent high strength golds from escaping our Borg or Shani Pavetta. Be careful with this one, he is forced to target a gold if there is one on the board. So if the opponent has no gold, you can be forced to target your own unit. You also need to keep that in mind when using First Light's rally if you don't have a sergeant in the hand. For specials we run 2 also Thunder to kill key units, 2 Epidemics to kill almost everything if the plan turns out, a Biting Frost to counter front row stacking decks like Dwarfs or Consume, and a Promote to cancel out Shackles on our Borg or save our leader ability if we only need to turn Reavers or Foot Soldiers gold in turn 1. The general strategy for this deck is to always win round 1. We do this by stacking the ranged row with Foot Soldiers, Reavers and maybe also Merc de Brac, and then turning it all into gold to follow up with Pavetta or Epidemics. On turn 2, our goal is mainly to draw out as many golds as possible, so we don't have to face them on turn 3. With Theory we can also gain card advantage, or at least even out if we had to sacrifice advantage to win turn 1. Turn 3 should mostly be Borg, Theory and Shani into Pavetta. So let's look at this game against Consume Monsters. Consume Monsters can be a bit of a hard matchup because mainly one card, the Katakan, that can eat your Pavetta and prevents that you resurrect the Pavetta with a Shani. So on the other hand, playing a normal Pavetta is pretty strong against them most of the time, because before the Neckers grow they are pretty small, so you can hit a lot of Neckers with a normal Pavetta after they played Monster Nest most of the time. So they play Monster Nest, you play Pavetta and kill lots of Neckers. So in this case, this start was pretty good. He did not kill the Reaver Hunters, and obviously he had a bit of a bad starting hand. On the other hand, it's not that bad for a Consume Monster to have all the Neckers on the starting hands, all the Necker Warriors, to ensure that he has lots of Neckers to come back if they get killed. I'm just trying to really win this round, even if at this point it's pretty much overkill, but in general I don't want to pass the first round, even in a situation like that where I have lots more strength, and in this case also a Jennifer on the board. But yeah, this is pretty much really hard overkill here. Because the Jennifer is already hitting him, but I also wanted to wait to get the Reaver Hunters out of my deck, so that's why I more or less had to play, and turning my row gold was like, yeah, at this point he had to pass. He could not weather the row before it was also possible that he uses his leader ability to weather the whole row, so I had to keep playing until the point where I could turn the whole row gold. So for this second round, again I'm trying to drain his deck and also trying to drain gold cards and Neckers from it, and here I decide to start off with a theory to give him opportunity to play some more and play some more into my upcoming Pavetta, and he plays a Necker from his hand, so I go for the Pavetta, kill the Neckers once and then kill the Neckers twice. It wasn't like the best Pavetta ever, but I just wanted to get her out because I have the Shani on my hand, so I want her in my graveyard for the last turn. Here, yeah, this is more or less just trying to stall here, and also with the first light play a bit more deck sending, you can see that my deck is pretty small already, and at this point I should pass. In this case I decide to play the Aeromancy. Oh no, I don't decide to play the Aeromancy, I try to promote something, and this is not a misplay, I would say. Just trying to make the round longer because I get ahead in strength, so he has to play more. And he plays that, and now at this point I should pass, but I haven't seen much gold played, so I want to bait out more gold, and obviously I can't achieve that at all by playing the Aeromancy. I'm just forcing him to use his leader ability, which gives me no advantage whatsoever. But somehow I thought that playing Aeromancy would be good. But yeah, at least he does not have his leader ability for rally in the last turn, I guess. I really don't know. This wasn't a good play. The Aeromancy could have been used much better in the last turn. So at least if he was using his leader ability for rally, then I could have gotten a really high value from the Aeromancy. And yeah, so you see I have 3 gold cards in my hand, and I have a shiny to produce another gold basically. And yeah, here comes the Katakan and sadly eats my Pavetta right away, and that is pretty bad, so I can't shiny the Pavetta. And I first try to play the Siri. He already knows that I have the Siri, so I just want to see more what he plays. You may notice that I'm holding onto a Katvini Sergeant like all game, and this is because I'm waiting for one card to be played, and this is of course the Chiron, because the Chiron pretty much counters my Villain Tradmas, and I really want to turn his Chiron into a non-gold unit with my Katvini Sergeant, and that's why I'm holding on to this card versus monsters almost all of the time if I can get it in my hand. And here I also try to not play him and also keep my Villain Tradmas on my hand as long as possible. So in this case or in this match, even if he does not have a Chiron, or here he has even a Demeterium Bomb, so that would normally be bad, but he has such big monsters that it's my Villain Tradmas is at no danger of killing himself at all. So that Demeterium Bomb wasn't really helping him. And there comes the Chiron and eats all of his strengths. And normally that would be completely GG for me, because my Villain Tradmas will just kill himself. But I can turn the Chiron into a silver card with my Katvini Sergeant, and so my Villain Tradmas killed him first. Let's have a look at another match, this time versus Scoia'tael. And Scoia'tael is a pretty good matchup. They tend to be pretty vulnerable to the mass killing of Pavetta and also Villain Tradmas. So this starting hand isn't all that nice, as you can see, with double Reaver Hunters and double Temerian Foot Soldiers, and also little gold, like only my one gold card. I also don't have Pavetta, and I don't have the Aldo's double cross to get Pavetta. So yeah, it's not a nice situation. And he played an Elven Mercenary that did not play anything, so he also had a pretty bad hand, obviously, with like 3 first lights on the starting hand. And so at least it's roughly equal in shitty starting hands. And he had the Witches, and I don't really have a good answer for the Witches at the moment. So I still try to play to win this round, kill the Dwarf with the Thunder as soon as possible, because I'm not sure if I can win this round, and I don't want him to carry over any strength into the next round. So now I'm trying to kill the the healer before he can take it back to his hand with his leader ability, and also make some of the strengths more equal if I should manage to find something to kill anything, but I don't think I have any chance to do that. So first I turn my whole row into gold, because that's pretty high strength play, pretty high tempo. And he has another healer, sadly, and I don't have all that many options to deal with it, so I kill it with a Thunder just to prevent his leader ability. I also really want to drain his resources, his first lights, because I know that I play Weather in my deck, and for the Scoia'tael I always try to, of course, not play the Weather until I saw all the 3 first lights, and they tend to play 3 first lights. And now my only option is to play this and hope that he does not want to give me that big card advantage by making me lose the round, and that is exactly what I want. I just wanted to win this round. So the second round draw is at least I get some more gold with my Volentrettenmers, which will be great in the last round. And I also have my Priscilla to let me see some more cards, and in this case I decide to just Aromancy the front row because that was a better option. I could have also played the Epidemic to kill my own Priscilla and then revive it with the Nenneke. That would have been a possible good play. Here this turning into gold is just trying to stall out a bit more, so he has to play more cards, and in this case it's very successful indeed. He uses his leader ability. So I had to pass now, just because if I play any more cards, I can't play my Volentrettenmers in the last round. So yeah, I pretty much had to pass because he needs 3 rounds to trigger, and I can't play him at all if I don't have 3 rounds. So yeah, I needed to play the Villain Threateners as my first move. So at least I also got a shiny, but sadly I don't have a Pavetta, because I did not get Pavetta all game. So I'm looking what I can revive, and first try Nenneke on the Priscilla to see what I can find. And I could get Pavetta here, but I would only kill my own units, so I'm choosing the Frost because I know he played his first lights already, so he can't get rid of the Frost at all. This is a strong play because this guy will get killed by my Villain Threateners anyway. So he has basically a free card, and the best thing I can resurrect is Myrtebrug to kill off his 2 dwarfs, to give him less targets to buff, and hope that he doesn't have anything stronger. And this is obviously the case. He just passes because he can't get rid of the Frost, and obviously has no strong goals on his hand. So this was pretty non-typical for this deck, because I did not get my key card out. I could have gotten it out, but it would not have done anything good in that case. So yeah, this deck can also win with pretty poor draws. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe, it helps me a lot. And there will be more Gwent content coming, in addition to my normal Path of Exile content.